Good evening. It's like 11 a.m. I want to talk about some of the square energy that we're experiencing this weekend. On Sunday, the 19th, the sun in Cancer is squaring Chiron in Aries. This is how you know Chiron is about to station retrograde. With slow-moving planets, once the sun squares them, it's like that opening square after the conjunction. That's how you know that planet is very soon going to be stationing retrograde. So earlier in Cancer season, the sun squared Neptune and Saturn, who are really close together in early Aries, and now they're both retrograde. This Sunday, the sun squares Chiron, and 10 days later, on the 30th, it stations retrograde. Chiron is the wound. It's a tender spot that is ready to heal, but the healing process is not clean-cut or clear and straightforward. It's messy. Chiron demands that you feel the pain, you process it, because that is the medicine. Something tells me we have a lot to grieve in this moment. Not only is the sun squaring Chiron, it's going to be coming into an opposition with Pluto once the sun enters Leo. So there's some T-square energy to this moment. With Pluto involved, there's definitely a flavor here. And Chiron in Aries, there's like pain that has been inflicted in a way that makes you feel really powerless, possibly. Chiron in Aries is about our agency and feeling like we don't have agency and the harm that can be done to us when we're screaming no and no one is listening. That shit cuts so deep and it stays with you. With the sun in Cancer, there is an invitation to begin that healing process by being the person who does show up for you, the person who was supposed to show up for you. And I mean, like, I don't want to get too gendered about it, but Cancer is maternal. The like experience of having a caregiver who's like, let me just hold you. Let me just love you. If you didn't get that, you should have and you deserved to. And this weekend might feel like a bit of a breaking point where like, no, I'm not available for any of the plans I made. I need to be at home holding myself and weeping. Like, that's okay. Sometimes you need that. This part might be a little technical, jargony, but the rulers of the sun and Chiron as they square each other are the moon, which rules Cancer where the sun is, and Mars, which rules Aries where Chiron is. The moon and Mars, they're making a trine with each other across earth signs. The moon is going to be in Taurus, exalted, great. Mars is, of course, meeting up with the south node in Virgo. God, the fact that this is happening pretty much, yeah, it's the same weekend as the Mars south node conjunction in Virgo. This is a very physically activated moment. Virgo is extremely physically intuitive and feels things in its body, usually before it's able to like recognize something intellectually. Listen to your body this weekend. If it says stop, stop. If it says I need to be laying down right now, find a place to fucking lay down. If you're driving, pull over, I guess. I think part of the grief process that a lot of people get really frustrated with is the part where you have to acknowledge that you're not ready to move on. The pain doesn't go away until you're willing to sit with it, until you're willing to give it a voice, give it an outlet of some kind. Cancer is fiercely protective and can sometimes get stuck in my vengeance is righteous kind of mindset or like rhetoric. And with Chiron and Aries, I do think there is a chance that we observe within ourselves or in others, like a conflation between vengeance and righteousness. You hurt me, and now I'm going to destroy everything that you love. Like, when really what we need to be doing is crying and writing in our journal, you know? And that's not to say that there isn't a time to take action. I think that this is a kind of aspect that makes it really easy to go overboard in inflicting wounds, thinking that that's going to heal you when it won't. Just something to keep in mind this weekend. And then Sunday, we have the Mars South Node conjunction. I've already talked about this, but again, I just want to remind you that Virgo often communicates in a physical way. And as the proud owner of a Virgo stellium, I think a big part of the Virgo journey is to accept that the intuition your body is communicating with you is not always going to make sense to your brain. And that doesn't mean that it's wrong. That doesn't mean that your job is to reason yourself out of what your body knows. So sit with that, I guess. And then Monday we have Venus is squaring the nodes. Oh, it's Venus and the moon, because the moon's going to be in Gemini. So the moon and Venus are together in Gemini. They're squaring the north node in Pisces and the south node plus Mars in Virgo. Gemini and Virgo are Mercury-ruled signs. Mercury just stationed retrograde. So there is a desire for clarity in a way that we simply don't have access to in this moment. Doesn't mean that you don't move forward. The north node where we're headed is in Pisces, which is the sign that Venus is exalted in. And the south node, what we are releasing, healing from, what we have already completed in our story and is ready to just like be let go of, is in Virgo, where Venus is in fall. And there's something about this dynamic that makes me think about sometimes it's actually a gift to not know exactly how it's going to work out. I think with the Mars meeting the South Node in Virgo, for a lot of us, something is clear. So, like the thing that needs to be changed or removed or let go of is clear. And possibly the mind is just really loud of like, okay, but you need a plan. Like, what happens the day after you let this thing go? You can't just, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And Pisces, where the North Node is not a sign that needs to know. It doesn't plan its way. It feels its way. Sometimes we don't get the privilege of a totally clear view of what's going to happen when we make this decision that we know is right for us. It's still time to make that decision, though. And that tension might be kind of loud this weekend, early next week. I think that's everything. Oh, and then Tuesday, the sun enters Leo. Happy Leo season. The sun is in domicile here. We love to see this. So that means the Leo is the sign that the sun rules. So the sun really loves to be in Leo. It's allowed to take up space. It's allowed to be proud of itself. It's allowed to like roar and say like, I'm the motherfucker in charge. I am that girl. Like, I'll probably have more to say about this. I think I'm coming up on 10 minutes. Holy shit, this is a 10-minute video. I hope this video was helpful and interesting. If you liked it, make sure that you leave me a like. Make sure that you follow me, share, repost if I said something in this video that you think others could benefit from hearing. If you'd like to work with me personally, click the mushroom and visit the site listed to book with me. I'd love to work with you. I think that's everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Good job today. Good luck out there.